and welcome to Krille's Garage. Today I'm gonna show you some of my, actually I have many new tools that I bought late summer, early spring. And also I'm gonna tell you about what's been happening the last month. Because I'm trying to lose weight. Actually there was some medicine I'm using that made me gain some weight. And I can just tell you a little bit about the story, because at the moment I can't work. I have a mental illness, but it's under medication, so it's fine. But I've been studying, and I studied so hard that I actually got ill. Studying economics, and after that I couldn't study anymore. I wasn't finished with my degree. I couldn't study. But I could work part-time at the elderly care center, so I did that for a while. And then the sickness got worse because it's progressing. It starts like it has a beginning, and then it can get worse as time goes on. And that's what happened to me. So eventually I was earning nothing, like 4,000 or 5,000 a month, because I couldn't work anymore. So I had to give that up. So now I'm free to do as I please, but it's not fun being sick though. I don't have much energy, and actually when I'm dieting, and I'm dieting pretty hard, I've been losing 8-9 kilos from the last video. I get even less energy. So, but the good thing, I was in Finland for a week ago, visiting my relatives, and they said that the payment they get from the state is like almost half that we get here in Norway. So I have a lot of money I can use on tools, and I'm renting this apartment from my parents, so as you can see here, there's a lot of money in tools. And nothing has been from a normal salary. It's all from the state. But I'm lucky, I live in Norway. And the first thing I'm gonna show you is the boots I've gotten. And this is the bigger battery I told you about, 200 Newton meter extra, and that will give the oomph needed. And I didn't need to heat it anyway, I just managed to get it out. It's expensive because I had to buy it from the States, and the shipment isn't free. But if you pay that much for a tool, you want to take care of it. So yeah. And I also I got a tip on YouTube that the Mac tools for the big impacts works on the volt. So here you can see all the intake and the exhaust. I checked it, all the openings are correct, and there's a really good fit. So this is a recommendation to everyone that has the DeWalt impact. You can get boots for it at Mac Tools. If you live in the States or UK, or Mac Tools is a bit difficult to get to in Norway. It used to be good, but then they wanted to use trucks instead of a nice shop. So I bought a lot of Mac tools there, but now it's no good. It's not accessible for normal people anymore. So here, yeah, it's protected and no more scratches and annoying. Yeah, it's gonna be good. And also I bought a M12. I think this is 4 amp hour. Yeah, 4 amp hour battery, and this is for the different M12 tools I have. And the thing is, you can buy it. I also try to get the best buys I can get. Sometimes it means buying, many times it means buying from China or from the US. And sometimes you can save half the money compared to buying it in Norway. So this was perhaps half the money compared to Norway, but you don't have you don't have the warranty though, so it's not always so smart, but for me, I don't care. And also I figured that I needed some impact, some air hammers. So first I bought this one, and it's a IR 121, I think. Changed to a quick disconnect in front, and it's a small compact model. It's really nice, but it's made in China though. So but then I also decided to go for a more heavy duty one, the Sonex, with quick disconnect. So now I have two, and I guess that's overkill enough. And also I got the Power Probe 4. I've used it on one occasion already, and it works brilliantly. I'm not sure if it's, you know, sometimes you have to add some resist. You have to have a light bulb or something that's using a lot of current, like 1 amp, 2 amps, to see if a circuit is good. I don't know if this Power Probe, when it shows its power or ground, if that's a valid measurement. So I'm a bit unsure about that. But a friend of mine had issues with rear wiper not working. So we tested it, and we saw that the inputs were there. There were power and ground, and all the cables were correct. But the motor was not functioning. So if all the powers and grounds are as it should be, then there's only one thing that can be wrong, and that's the motor. So I haven't filmed that one, but that's one thing I've done lately. And also there's another thing. I took my car 2 days ago to EU test, and it was in good condition, no rust for a 9-year-old car. It's pretty good. But the thing was, the lights were sometimes coming off on, sometimes one on one side and other side, and you had like 4 different what do you call it, positions the lights could be on. I would guess. You have no lights on both, one side, other side. So it could be either of those when you turn the lights on. So that's no good, so I have to look into that also. But my father's gonna be with me, so I'm not sure. He's an electrician, so I'm not service electrician, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna film that one. But for some reason, some stupid reason, I decided to upgrade my my torque wrenches. There's perhaps really no good reason to do that. But here is my Vera. It's a small one without a proper case. It came with some plastic tubing. But you can see the torque here, both Newton meter and foot pounds. And you can do the adjustment. You pull it out here in the bottom, then you do the adjustment, and then you click it in. So it's a handy, nice one with push quick disconnect here. I liked it, and it was quite cheap. It was not an expensive one, perhaps 1,000 Norwegian kroner, I don't remember. Okay, and then there is the really nice stuff after the first torque wrench, and that is the vacuum digital, and also with angle. torque wrench, and I bought this for half the price compared to new price in Britain. I found a shop that was selling this for really cheap compared to eBay. So it was half the price. Literally. Yeah, it was really half the price. So it goes from 7, I guess, to 135. Let's see here. Yeah, it goes really low. It goes to yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? 6.5, 6.8 to 135. And you can also connect it to your computer, but I'm not gonna do that. A little bit wobbly. Now, not the tightest connection up here. Can go from side to side and make some noise. But I was recommended this above the snap-on one. I was thinking about the snap-on digital, but there were people having a lot of issues with them, so I went for the vacuum. But I do have a snap-on torque wrench. That's analog or a click type, and it's a real heavy one, a monster. And this goes from 70 Newton meters to 330 Newton meters, and it's a real nice piece of kit. I think it's beautiful, actually, and it's as good as new. I bought it. I got 1,000 Norwegian kroners. That's let's say £100 after price, and it was used 2 times. So it's not a single mark on it. It looks like new, and it's bought recently also. So I'm happy with that. I think it's overkill to buy such nice tools for a weekend warrior or someone who's only fixing my own car, my parents' cars, and a friend of mine's car. But I have also a vacuum bleeder that I will show you. I'll be right back. And here is the vacuum bleeder. It's from OEM Tools from the States, and it looks to be in good quality. It's all solid metal here, no plastic, and some rubber for a tight seal. So I'm gonna do a review. You can add on rubber rings to get the right fitment you need. Here is for air connection, and a hose for sucking up coolant. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm probably gonna do this review in the springtime, because it's getting cold now in Norway, and the season for fixing cars are almost over. Also, I'm dieting, and I'm dieting hard, so I really don't have much energy. I prioritize losing weight over doing stuff, which is not the smartest thing, but still, I want to get it over with. Here is some interesting stuff. It's fuse buddies. Perhaps I showed one of them in the toolbox too, but now I have 2, a small one and a big one, and the loop here is for measuring current. Connect a fuse here into the fuse box here, connect a fuse on the side, and then it's safe, and you can measure the current easily on that fuse. So a nice piece of kit. I'm also looking for the best possible 3/8 inch ratchet you can get. I haven't bought a snap-on yet, but I like semi-locking flex heads. I'm a bit I don't know if I will like non-locking flex heads. I'm used to gear wrench, and I really love how the semi-locking works. And this is Tecton. And Tecton, they are known for really good quality compared to the price, mid-range quality. And this one, I think it can handle a lot of torque. They have like big ones that real tool reviews tested, and wow, they did handle a buttload of torque. So this seems to be almost the same head and should be strong as well. So a lot of tools for a poor guy, isn't it? So but I don't have much expenses, and my main expense, I guess, is tools. But now I'm gonna take a break in buying, because I don't need more tools at the moment. Well, I forgot to show you this. This is a Sealy pad that you can lie on the ground, because I'm tired of lying on wooden boards and gravel and stuff. So I bought this as well. So I hope it will hold up pretty well. It's comfortable enough for me. So yeah. But what's the plan in the future for this year? I guess I'm gonna do my front lights, and I'm gonna help my friend with the rear wiper blade, wiper motor, make it work again. And I hope we will figure it out. He has bought a new motor, so we're gonna test it. But I'm planning to make a video of the cheap smoke machine. It's been brilliant, and you don't need to connect a compressor to it. So yeah, I'm just been a little bit too tired to make it, but perhaps that's gonna be in the spring as well. I'm not sure. I could easily demonstrate it on my mother's car and recreate the vacuum leak that was caused by a hose clamp that was loose. So if I loosen the hose clamp, there will be a vacuum leak again. And the hose was a little bit too big dimension, but if you tighten it, it will be just fine. It was a replacement hose. And that was like 3,000 Norwegian kroner. And if I buy anything from the States or UK, you get 7,000 Norwegian kroner. So it's good value. I'm not sure how good quality it is, but for me, I guess it's more than sufficient. I hope it will last me the rest of my fixing car career at home. So yeah, now you learn something about me. And it's just the way it is. I can't do anything about it. I can't work at the moment, so but I can do a little bit from time to time and make videos. So that's what I do. I want to be as productive as I can under these circumstances. So thank you for watching, and hope it will be not too long before our next video. This is the bonus footage, because I forgot to tell something. The thing is, I have some more plans for the future in the springtime, and also I've done something more on my father's car. The car that used to be my father's car. He had a 2003 Kia Shuma, and I didn't like it. I thought it was unsafe, but he wanted to keep it for another 2 years. So the thing was, it was quite rusty, and the area underneath the door, I think it's door sill, it's called. I don't remember. and the area underneath the doors were very rusty, rusted through. So we needed to weld in a quite big piece of metal, of plate. It was 10 centimeters big, or at least 8 wide, and then 30-35 centimeters long. And I did the grinding with my angle grinder, and my father, he did the welding. So it was grinding and welding and grinding and welding when I cut out the piece first. And eventually it was pretty good, so my father was pleased with it. But there was another side to this story. The engine was misfiring, and my father didn't know why. And he thought it was bad spark. But the spark was good. He tested it with oscilloscope. And also we tested it visually. The spark was really good. And the fuel was good. So what's left then? Then it's compression. And my father thought, no, it could never be the compression. But I suspected it. So the end of the story was that car went to the wreckage, and he bought a new one. And then I'm somewhat happy with that, because it's unsafe to drive and crash if you are unfortunate with Kia. Old Kias are very unsafe. They just squish together, and the cabin isn't strong enough to stay intact. So old Kias are one of the most unsafe cars you can drive. The new Kias are good, but the old Kias, they are not good. So now he has a Mitsubishi Colt. I'm not too pleased with that decision, but my father, he has a quite good salary, and compared to other countries he has a very good salary. But he doesn't want to spend money. He's a cheapskate, you could call it. So, well, I'm not. I'm using all the money I have on tools, so I'm on the other side of the balance, I guess. So, and also I'm planning to do some fixing the issues with my mother's car, perhaps doing some rust repair. The lean condition must be fixed, but it might be even in the spring. I bought some tools from China to it was the best tools for the price I could find for measuring fuel pressure. I think you disconnect the fuel filter and you reconnect adapter there, and there you can measure the fuel pressure. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna look into fixed all the vacuum leaks, but it's not done, but it's not critical either. It passed inspection, and they can be driven for 2 more years, so that will be until the spring. And also I'm gonna change the transmission fluid on the Audi in the spring, and the car needs to be lifted equally on all 4 sides, and then you change the fluid. And also there needs to be a right temperature for the fluid level to be precise, but that will be in the spring. And there will always be some projects, especially after I'm done with dieting, so I hope I can get over with it as soon as possible, but dieting takes a long time. I'm gonna need to lose almost 30 kilo, I guess, so that's gonna take a long time. But I'm dieting as hard as I can, so I can't be lying on the couch all the time either, so I'm eating a little bit more than that. But in the beginning I didn't manage to do anything but lying on the couch because I was eating so little. So now you know a little bit more about me, and but I still have a good spirit and a good mood, even though I'm mentally ill, and yeah, I feel normal either way. It's just a label you put on people. Anyway, I'm still myself, and the sickness is under control with medication. I can drive cars safely, and but I'm not able to work yet, and might be I'll never be able to work. I never know. If I could, I would be working part-time in a car repair shop to learn more stuff. But there's always projects on cars and around the house, so I'm not lazy, I'm just tired. So that's the bunny's footage, and you'll learn something new about me as well. And I will show some footage when I get my new TV. I got a 65 OLED, so 4K LG. So I'm gonna show that as well. But thank you for watching, and see you again.